Hi guys.
Shaurya, थोड़ा energy ला.
Hello guys.
Shaurya, come on, more energy. भाई और बहनों,
देवियों और सज्जनों, तो शुरू करते हैं.
welcome to Bits and Bytes. We are here instead of your favorite hosts because
Males,
Hindus,
general category,
engineers,
are one of the most underrepresented and underappreciated section of a modern day society, and moreover so on social media platforms.
So today we have bringing diversity to the League of Eminence, one of India's leading comics, and the winner of Comicstan Season 1, someone who's been out of work ever since a man ate a bat.
please welcome Nishant Suri.
और मतलब मोस्टली थोड़ा सा मतलब ये है मतलब वो आपके संकट के ऊपर है, लेकिन अंग्रेजी का उपयोग थोड़ा ज्यादा है बाकी के इंटरव्यूज में भी. तो हमारा मतलब क्वेश्चन है हमने वैसे ही बना के रखा है, लेकिन आप देख लेना आपको जो भी
नहीं. तो यहाँ इंग्लिश में ज्यादा बोलना है कि नहीं बोलना है?
तो आपको हम निशांत ही बुलाए ना.
हाँ, योर मैजेस्टी भी चलेगा. But Nishant is ideal.
So let's start from the beginning. So we hear that you have moved around quite a bit in your childhood. How has it been growing up through the length and breadth of the country?
Yeah, so my father was in the army, so we had to move every 2 or 3 years. It's been very interesting, man. As you can imagine, you sort of every 2 years you're in a new place, in a new culture, in a new school with people. So that sort of, I think, helps you get out of your comfort zone. And it's also great in terms of because it's a very cosmopolitan life as well, and it's a very mixed. So you're exposed to a lot of cultures. So you're not, तुम्हारा world view expand हो जाता है. If you just stay in one place and you're brought up in the same set of people in that same community, obviously your views are very narrow, and it's just whatever you see around you, hear around you. When you travel so much and you're brought up along all over the country, so it just opens your worldview. So that way it was great.
Okay, so like what we essentially called speaker research and the rest of the world called stalking, we kind of found out that you have a brother who's an IITian. So
Correct.
like most of us, we were Betsy and I have a cousin who's an IITian. So and the kind of hierarchical apex that comes with that IITian tag within our country. You think that kind of made you pivot a little bit more towards engineering, or was that a major part of why you ended up moving towards engineering college and bits in general?
I think subconsciously, definitely. So my brother was, he's really smart, and IIT में 141 rank था. He tops all India when he was, in 10th. And so it's 4 years older than me. And I was also good in school. So it was a very natural progression कि उसको देखा कि अच्छा अगर तुम smart हो, तुम science करते हो, फिर तुम अच्छे हो तो तुम IIT करते हो. So subconsciously, that's what it was. Nobody really told me or asked me to do this. It was just because I was smart in school. तो यही होता था ना कि अक्लमंद हो तो science लोगे, नहीं तो फिर commerce लोगे, और बिल्कुल कुछ नहीं करना तो arts लोगे. I'm not saying that's correct. I'm just saying that was the prevalent sort of view. So that just happened. I sort of tried following in his footsteps. Thankfully, fortunately or unfortunately, I was unable to do it, which is why I'm here where I am. So अच्छा ही हो गया. I think fortunately हो गया. Yeah.
So like entering bits, like now we are from Hyderabad campus. So on our campus, when we were leaving, we had a new society called the Stand-Up Society. So when you entered bits, was there a comedy club as such, and what all other clubs were you a part of in college?
Bits mein, obviously there was no comedy club. Stand-up was, there's no awareness, there was no scene in India at that point of time. I think the entire scene in India is just 10 years old. So which would be 2010-11, which was my 3rd, 4th year. So I had just seen stand-up, a little bit of stand-up on DC, so George Carlin and all of those famous people. DC पे productive काम भी करे हमने. What was the other question? क्या पूछा तुमने?
Yeah, so what other clubs were you?
What other club? So I was in the drama club from the first year, which is I think where I got a lot of my courage from, because our drama club was terrible. It was new. The college was founded in 2005 and I went in 2007. No, it was founded in 2004-5. हाँ ऐसे ही कुछ. So it was really bad. So stage पे बहुत गालियाँ पड़ी है. I think bits all the Bits crowd, but especially Bits Goa is known to be very notorious. The crowd, the auditorium. Even now, all stand-up comics, if someone's going to perform in Bits Goa, everyone's like, all the best, buddy. बहुत गालियाँ पढ़ने वाली हैं. So it's a very, very rowdy crowd, and that still exists today. And it was quite bad at that point of time. So drama club mein audience, in the auditorium, it was actually quite good because I have faced such abuses and sloganeering from the crowd. And after that, I was like, इससे बुरा तो कुछ नहीं हो सकता. So it was primarily the drama club that I was in, and third year I was also involved in the sports festivals, pre-में. So उसमें थोड़ा बहुत organizational work. But basically, I've just done drama in college.
We also heard that you held up prominent positions in some clubs.
Prominent position मतलब drama club में secretary था. वहाँ भी साला secretary बनाया, ऊपर top तक नहीं पहुँच पाया, underachieving उधर भी. और हाँ, और प्री जो हमारा स्पोर्ट्स फेस्ट था उसमें मैं कल्चरल इवेंट्स का हेड था. मतलब उस टाइम पे तो लगता था प्रोमिनेंट है, अब तो पता ही है सब स्कैम ही होता है. So it was good.
So, मतलब for me as well. So I was that one kid who was involved in too many things, more than I should have been, or way positions and all of that stuff. But I think the two things that I ended up learning like after college was that those positions really don't mean shit. And the other part is how much subconsciously that was helping me build my character to a certain extent. So now that you're in actually like a very stage prominent job, you deal with crowd and your character is out there. You are in the most vulnerable state. So how much do you think that soft aspect of these clubs and society helped you out then, and how much of it influence did that have like in your career today?
I think all of that is really helpful, but not in the sense that we thought of when we were doing it in college. Because this time a lot of emphasis is on collecting certificates that this is what I did and I have proof. But you realize that's not what you're doing it for, right? It really helps since all of us, when we get into college, we're all very meek personalities. We're sort of nerdy people, most of us, right? We've always been studying, zyada extracurricular kara nahi hai. When you get into college, your personality really sort of develops when you do stuff like this. Taking on responsibility, coordinating things, doing so much stuff on your own. So in that way, all of these holding positions and being the cultural secretary, I know everyone loves doing it because it's a fancy badge milta hai during the festival. But that's the least important takeaway from doing all of that stuff, right? I think it's just very important that, because ultimately when you start doing a job, all of us are good to an extent. But what really matters is what sort of a personality do you have, what kind of a person you are, and all of that is only built by doing extracurricular things, which, now I realize all of that.
So since you were actively involved in drama club, did it have any kind of effect on your studies, on your academics? Like if
studies तो करे नहीं, मतलब honestly, बिल्कुल. It तो भला thank you to practice school system of Bits that I have passed out with the respectable CGPA of 7.4. I don't know what the thing is right now, but at that point of time, attendance wasn't compulsory.
Yeah, it's still not.
So I just went for like the first semester or two, and then after that, I just completely lost all interest in everything. So the studies weren't affected because the studies weren't really happening. So I had a fun time doing all of this drama and all of that, and thoda bahut manage ho jata. Because also I didn't have my hand in a lot of things, so it was manageable.
So also like I think this is more of my insights into like the comedy world. So वो कॉलेज में एक बच्चा होता है ना जो हर कॉमेडियन को लेके आता है एयरपोर्ट से एंड फिर ही लाइक बीज विद देम. तो मेरे कॉलेज का वो बच्चा मैं था. So luckily, I ended up having a lot of interaction with Biswa once, and Kenny ke saath mein I had like a great interaction. And the one thing that I realized kind of in the comedy scene was that there are two kind of funny guys. There's the funny guy who's always been funny like throughout his school life, and then there are people who have like layers wherein there's a deeper self to them, but they have a very nice facade of being a funny guy. If it is not too intrusive, what was the bracket that you would put yourself in, and why would that be the case?
Interesting question. So I think I've never been just out and out funny. I think there's a very sort of, or abhi to definitely, there's a very serious sort of side to me. I would say about 70 to 80% of my time I'm serious, and 20% is only when I'm funny. Earlier I was always the funny guy. I think that's true for all comedians. We were all the funny guys in our groups in school and college. But I would like to think that there is a lot more to me than just being funny, and that's something that I've been trying to bring out in my comedy also now. Not in the stuff that I've already released online, but what I'm doing now is I want to try and incorporate other aspects of me into my comedy, which is I think basically how you sort of find your voice. So that's the sort of process. So yeah, I would say that हाँ वो facade वाला जो आपने बोला था ना वो सही बोला था. I wouldn't call it a facade. It's just two aspects of your personality. Yeah.
The most stressful time in college for me, at least, and even for Shaurya, I assume it's the same, was during a final year during the placements. So luckily, I went first sem and I got a PPO. So I didn't have to sit for placements, but Shaurya had to sit for a whole semester of placements and then go for a PS and then get placed. So that was like super stressful. So how was it for you? Like, and you getting a job afterwards? So how was that whole?
Dude, mera to touch wood, it was so convenient. I don't know what good things I've done in my previous life. I had a dual degree. So 5th year, the first semester mein, I got a internship PS2 at JP Morgan because I was MSc Eco. So JP Morgan was terrible, the worst time of my life. Where the next PS2 ka second sem was in Goldman Sachs, and that was great. तो गोल्डमैन सैक्स से पीपीओ मिल गया और मेरे को आई डिडंट हैव टू सिट फॉर अ सिंगल प्लेसमेंट इन कॉलेज व्हिच वाज ग्रेट बिकॉज़ देयर वाज नो कंपनी व्हिच आई वाज इंटरेस्टेड इन क्योंकि बाय द एंड ऑफ कॉलेज आई हैड नो आइडिया व्हाट आई वांटेड टू डू सो थैंकफुली गोल्डमैन में इंटर्नशिप लग गया एंड दैट गॉट कन्वर्टेड so I just kept doing what was happening in my life. I had no plans. I was just going with the flow. So placement to mere liye it was quite chill. My apologies. I feel sorry for you and my sympathy.
No. I think the thing with us was when we were like, because this was like a kind of a first interview for us as well, and we were discussing with Ahan and Sana how to go about this stuff. And we were like again stalking you and all. And I looked at him like, ये तो यार अपने जैसा बंदा है. But then we were like, I don't know if we should be a little more concerned when we're talking to you, because like that's exactly something that happened with me, wherein I went in, I did not have a chance. मैं manufacturing में था, and then I got PS in an investment bank in Mumbai, and then I got a PPO, and I've been working here for the last 2 years now. So I mean, it worked out well for us as well.
Now we'll talk about your life after BITS.
Hanji.
So we know what trajectory you took. You were an investment banker, वहाँ से wedding photography, then into stand-up.
Technically, I wasn't an investment banker. I was in an investment bank.
Yeah, so okay.
So that is the difference that I have to explain to a lot of these guys as well. कि investment banker क्या होता है और हम क्या कर रहे होते हैं.
मतलब मेरा कुछ जाता नहीं है in letting everybody assume that I was an investment banker, but I don't. I mean, इसमें कुछ शो ऑफ करने वाली बात भी नहीं है अगर तुम इन्वेस्टमेंट बैंकर हो तो then I'm like मैं सच बता ही देता हूँ ना कि मैं नहीं मतलब it was an investment bank but I was in operations in derivatives.
What was the turning point where you realized कि नहीं अब ये corporate life नहीं होगा, I have to pursue my passions?
The point at which you feel like jumping off a building is I think a good point to sort of realize कि अब नहीं होगा. नहीं turning point यार so I was in that job for 3 years and by the 3rd year so I was good at my job, okay? I was a top quartile analyst, but I had zero interest in it. I had no interest in finance. And then I started thinking about what I want to do in life. As I've talked about in some other interviews as well, there was also a time when I started going through an existential crisis. What is life? What is happiness? Kya point hai kisi cheez ka karne ka? So it was a combination of a lot of things. And I have another thing with me, which is I've never been sort of really good at something. I've been good at a lot of things, but I've never been like the best or really good at something. And I thought about it and I realized that this finance ki job mein, something that I'm not interested in, I will never be able to do better than someone who's actually interested in what he's doing. So that was also a factor for me ki what is the point of doing something agar zindagi bhar maine isme mediocrity rehna. Plus I had no interest in it. Plus life is short and everybody is going to die. So why should I sit for 5 days every week inside an office where I have zero interest in what I'm doing? So I don't think it was one single incident, but everything, all of this combined, I was like, nahi, I have to figure out what else I want to do.
I think like adding to I think we are just talking about a lot of things that maybe caused a lot of pressure or, that kind of disturb you. So on that line, I think right in the beginning, especially for people who are working with a creative bent of mind or want to enter the creative field, there is first the Indian societal construct, which, basically talks about how that those are not jobs per se, which is a very wrong connotation, but it exists out there.
Yeah.
And plus, I think in some cases, the parents themselves, if you're lucky enough, it's really great. But because of that a normalization of that kind of behavior, even your parents can get scared of when you take this alternative career path. So for you, when you switch to either something like wedding photography or when you entered comedy, how was your equation or the kind of support that your parents provided you, and what was your outtake on वो society से जो pressure आता है, how did you deal with that?
Because society के लिए तो I don't give a rat's ass, okay? And I'm not saying this just to sound cool. I do not give a damn about what anybody thinks about what I am doing, because it's your life. And I mean, I will keep re-emphasizing on this. It's a really short life, and it's just gonna happen once. So why should it be based on what somebody else is thinking? So that was never really in my mind. For me, the most important thing was I am really unhappy in life right now. What can I do to change it? And the first thing that was isko chhodna hai, corporate naukri chhodna hai, and I have to figure out what I want to do. As for parents, my parents were really supportive. But I am an exception. Not a lot of comics have problems with their families and stuff. But my parents were supportive throughout. उन्होंने तो शुरू में ही बोल दिया था कि if you're unhappy, please feel free to quit, come back home. So I quit my job. I was in Bangalore then, and then I moved back home in Noida. I stayed with my parents for 3 years because rent and all of that. And they were extremely supportive. So, and that was again one of the things when I was thinking of if I should quit my job and all. I had everything going for me. I was 23, 24 then, so I had no responsibilities, no pressure of marriage, no financial stress because family ka support hai, and plus I knew that wedding photography had earned money. So everything. So I was like, if I don't take this step, who else can? There are so many people with so many problems and responsibilities. Jinke liye it's difficult to quit a job and start doing what they like doing. I had none of that. So I had no reason to continue doing what I was doing. So isliye my family being supportive was a big help.
I'm sure your parents are like super proud of you right now. Ki matlab you followed your passion. Now you're doing really well.
Hold on.
Yeah. So but before you won Comicstaan, so before that you did win a few stand-up comic competitions. So during that time you must have had your fair share of highs and lows, right? So during those lows, how did you motivate yourself? How did you inspire your own self? Ki nahi ab karte hi rehna hai. Like this is the way I want to go.
Again, I did not. Thankfully, when I started stand-up, I started doing well right from the start. So I always had that motivation because shuru ke open mic se I knew that I was doing well, and and when you get your first laughter or you get your first applause break and you do it, every open mic that you get, so that's a huge motivator because it's a huge rush. It's like a drug rush, being on stage and getting all that attention. So that in itself was enough. And obviously I have had my share of lows. I tend to work in sort of like a cycle where I have like 3-4 months where I'm productive, then I have 3-4 months where I'm doing nothing and I'm just lying in bed and not doing anything. But वही था कि अब यही करना है, अब ये नहीं करना तो क्या करना है, और कोई ऑप्शन तो है नहीं. So you just live life because life keeps happening. I'm not a very productive person. I'm not a very motivated person in life, which is why I've chosen. I think this profession is perfect for me. I think all of us comics have these same sort of attributes. We are lazy. We are not very driven. ज़्यादा hardworking मन नहीं करता काम करने का. So it's not like I've been working very hard all the time. चलता रहता है. It's a good flow. I am my own master. I don't care sometimes. I don't want to work. I don't work for 2-3 months. But it's fine. It doesn't really matter.
I think this was the place that I actually wanted to be here for. I have had like a fair share of my dealing with my own problems and working on it and having therapy and dealing with benzos and a number of stuff. And when I did read about you, there was that weird form of connect. And for me, I have a decent job. I'm in a very great place financially speaking. But painting and art for me is the thing that I do for the purpose of because I love it. And at the back of my head, I think from an art point of view, there is always that fear of sometimes running out of an idea, running out of that inspiration, and having that thought that basically drives you. I think it might be or might not be similar in terms of how you draw your content. So do you have some fears at the back of your head with regard to either comedy or like you being an artist in general, which, either puts you in long thoughts or maybe, kind of makes you think about where my art is going and what, I mean, it gets a little bit philosophical here, but what is the bigger purpose of the craft that I'm producing?
Okay, let's go question by question. With respect to my art, sure. I mean, you always have those questions in your head. There's a lot of insecurity in all of this anyway, because I mean, you're all alone in this. That's one thing I miss about a job is that, you're a team, you're working with people. This is just yourself. In this journey, you get fame and then it comes and goes away, you become popular, and then your popularity decreases, and all of it is a part and parcel of this. So uske saath saath insecurities bhi aati hain. You worry about, am I funny enough? Am I relevant enough? Or there are these new people, they are funnier than you. But then eventually, and I think it's normal for everybody to get these thoughts. It's very normal for insecurity to creep in, but it's how you sort of deal with it and how you let it affect you that matters. And I sort of told myself that, and you keep telling yourself, I think it's a conversation you keep having, it doesn't matter. It's not a competition. It's a very cliched thing that, it's your journey is your own journey, but it's completely true, especially for an art form like stand-up. It's not a competition between, two comics. Ki uske kitne log aa rahe hain, he's selling 100 tickets, I can only sell 40. Because this is an art form and everyone has their own audience. Now, someone may have the mass appeal to reach millions of people. Someone may be a more niche sort of a comic whose potential audience is only 10,000. That doesn't mean that the other comic is better than you. It just means you have your own sort of audiences. So, I mean, yeah, so that's a constant conversation and thing to be dealing with all the time in this. और क्या पूछा था आपने? In your long sort of.
Yeah, so there was a context of, having like maybe running out of the stuff that is driving you to produce that art. Because like maybe that is my point of view of art, but for me, it's always been that there is a concept of a muse. There is a concept of the idea that creates the inspiration and an extension to the fact that there is that insecurity that what if that runs out? What if what inspires me suddenly goes out? So how do you possibly think about that? And can you just look for inspiration that naturally?
I don't know, man. Because this is also something I struggle with. It's not like I've completely figured out my comedy or my professional career. Inspiration, motivation is something I've constantly been struggling with. But what I've realized is inspiration and motivation keeps coming as long as you're creating new stuff. Abhi, this is stand-up mein kya hai? I can create a joke, all right? And then once I have 60 minutes, then I can spend a year without creating any new jokes by just milking those 60 minutes, which is what I sort of created my special around October last year. I made my 60 minutes and then I started touring it over the last 6 months before the lockdown. But I realized I didn't enjoy any bit of it. And then I was trying to figure out why was it. And I've realized it's only in creating new stuff that there is joy. The most happiest, I'm the happiest when I've sort of written a new joke and it works. So it's a cycle. I mean, the inspiration comes when you see that, you've done something and you've seen that it's, you created and that created, whatever you created has worked well, and that creates more motivation and inspiration. But now I'm going through a phase where for the last 2-3 months, I don't really feel like writing anything. I don't have I don't know. I'm not getting any ideas. I'm not getting any sort of funny observations in my head. But I try not worry about it too much. I sort of try to live in the moment, in the present, and not worry too much about these philosophical questions. कि क्या होगा अगर ऐसा होगा? वो जब होगा देखा जाएगा. Because I have realized over the last 10 years of my life that life is so unpredictable, dude. Who would have thought 10 years back that this is what I'd be doing right now after, going on a path that went up and down like this. So why worry so much about the future? When it comes to it, I hoga वैसा तो देख लेंगे. That's what I feel like.
Let's move to the showbiz part of being a stand-up comic. So, what has been your best experience with fans during open mics or during any kind of your stand-up gig post Comic Stan fame, obviously?
Best experience?
Yeah, like something that has touched your heart, or something people do in the crowd that you would like. I mean,
Yeah, best experience. So I think immediately after Comic Con, the sort of new fame that came, that was incredible. Uh, I mean, there have been so many instances where people come and give you notes, and I was doing an open mic, and I had to rush out. So I was the first spot in the open mic, and I was leaving. While I was leaving, an audience member stopped me, and I think he was on crutches or something. And then he told me a story that he was a national level sports player. I forgot which sports it was, and then he had a life-changing accident, and he couldn't do that. I think it was tennis, and he couldn't play anymore, and he was sad and depressed. And then he saw Comic Con, and he saw us, and we really helped him through that. And when you hear all that, it sounds so incredible that मेरी वजह से इसकी life में, I mean, it sounds very hard to believe, but then people come and say all of that stuff to you, and that's incredible. So that's always very gratifying. And then I've had situations like these. I was in Mumbai, or I was standing on the road somewhere, and suddenly I heard a shriek. और मैं ऐसे टर्न किया तो एक ऑटो जा रहा था, और ये ऑटो में से there were two girls. So one girl recognized me, and चलते ऑटो में से उसने ऐसा पैर बाहर निकाल के she started jumping towards me कि निशान. And I was like, wow, is that happening for me? It just, when it happens in the beginning, it's incredible. Fame शुरू में बहुत अच्छा लगता है, अभी भी अच्छा लगता है, लेकिन शुरू में जब मिलता है ना, it is very good. Anyone who's saying otherwise is lying. It's a great feeling. बहुत मजा आता है.
Did it feel overwhelming, or was it like how you imagined it to be? Like,
it wasn't overwhelming because it wasn't a lot of fame, right? Because it's Amazon Prime, it's a very select audience. But ऐसा नहीं है कि तुम टीवी या मूवी वाले फेमस हो गए हो. It was just the right amount of fame कि दिन में 2 बार आके कोई हाय निशान बिग फैन बोल देता था, और फिर तुम्हारा सेल्फ एस्टीम अच्छा हो जाता था. फिर बाकी के दिन when you start feeling worse about yourself, next day somebody comes and says, can you give me your autograph? And you're like, oh, मेरे में कुछ तो बात होगी. And so it's just the right amount of fame. Great.
so I think this is probably the most important question we'll ask you. So you have found your passion twice with wedding photography and stand-up comedy.
No, I would like to interrupt you. I don't know what a passion means. This is not my passion, honestly. अगर मेरा passion होता तो मैं I would still be doing it. मैं 3 महीने से कुछ नहीं करा है, कुछ नहीं नया लिखा है यार. And if I have to be very honest, मैंने नवंबर से बहुत ज़्यादा काम नहीं करा है. Once I made my 1 hour. If I was passionate about this, I would be doing a lot of stuff. It is not my photography, so definitely not my passion. I haven't touched a camera. I'm very ashamed of saying this, but I haven't touched my camera for the last 2 years. But it is just something I found that when I'm doing as a job, I don't feel like killing myself. That is how I would describe it. Comedy में मजा आता है, no doubt, but I don't know if it's my passion.
But where we were leading with that,
which has kind of been killed right now. इसने बहुत मेहनत की थी इस लाइन पे.
करो कोई बात नहीं.
अब बोल.
मेरा पार्ट एडिट कर देना ना, उनको थोड़ा पता लगेगा कि मैंने बोला कुछ.
नहीं, ये तो रहेगा, पक्का रहेगा. But like, have you managed to find Ramesh? Like, where the fuck is Ramesh?
Okay, यही बोल. अच्छा हो, फिर मत पूछिए question. I'm so tired of this question. Do I feel like I'm going to take this knife out and stab myself right now someone else?
क्योंकि हम जब ऐसे क्वेश्चनर की राइटिंग कर रहे थे ना, तो उसके बाद हमने ऐसे लाइक सब मस्त क्वेश्चन पूछे एंड लाइक आई एम द गाय हु ब्रिंग्स डिप्रेशन ऑन द टेबल एंड एवरीथिंग. तो उसके बाद में फिर द लास्ट लाइन वाज, यार मतलब कॉमेडियन आ रहा है, कुछ तो फनी बोलना पड़ेगा. एंड इट वाज सपोज्ड टू.
Oh man, but you know, it's so incredible, and I'm so I feel so grateful that something that came out 2 years ago still has such incredible recall value. And ये तुक्के से ही होता है. I mean, you can never write something and be like, हाँ ये लोगों को 2 साल तक याद रहेगा. So I don't know what it was about that, but it's so amazing that even today people sort of, when they see me, like, Ramesh मिल गया. I'm like, question पुराना हो गया, but चलो ठीक है, तुम प्यार से.
So that set was amazing, but do you still hold a grudge against Tanmay Bhatt for not giving you a 10?
Dude, if I started holding grudges of such thing, no, I'd be a very miserable man, which I already am. But नहीं, ये छोटी वो हो गया यार. उस टाइम बुरा लगा था, but I mean, he's completely justified, dude. If he felt कि नहीं है तो नहीं है ना, उसको 9 देना था, दिया, ठीक है, कोई बात नहीं. I don't have any grudges for that.
So I think like that was most of what we wanted to cover in the question answer round, right, for sure. But I think like when we were researching on, like interview में क्या करना चाहिए, like क्या interest. This is one very sad thing, and obviously we've also brought it on board. It's called the rapid fire round. So we have a couple of questions for you, and if you can just answer those, and we'll go along with. So I think the first question for us was, which I think now is very clear, or maybe not. Wedding photography, was it passion or just content for your stand-up that would be following?
Yeah, none of the above. It turned out to be content for stand-up, but at that point of time, it was something I liked doing, and it was something that was giving me good money. So that it was never a passion. That I'm sure. It can't be anybody's passion to get up at 7 in the morning and go to sleep at 6 the next day. सुबह 3 बजे खड़े होके photo ले रहे हो, तो नहीं, passion तो नहीं था भैया.
Okay, so question 2. One thing that the crowd does that you absolutely hate during your stand-up.
ए रमेश मिला क्या?
Okay. So this is a kill, marry, hookup question. So kill, marry, hookup. Rahul Dua, Saurav Mehta or Akash Gupta?
किल आकाश गुप्ता, बिकॉज बहुत फेमस हो गया, बहुत हो गया उसका. अभी कितना तुम्हें, हमें तो भूल भी गए लोग. Marry Rahul Dua because we were living together in Mumbai. We were like a old married couple only. And hook up with Saurav Mehta.
Okay, so kill, marry, hook up, but mentor edition, no? Tanmay Bhatt, Biswa Kalyan Rath or Kenny Sebastian?
Kill Tanmay Bhatt. बिकॉज और किसी के साथ कोई हिस्ट्री नहीं है ना, था कि तन्मय का एक कुछ तो जस्टिफाइड है. मैरी विश्व कल्याण रथ, ग्रेट गाय, वेरी गुड गाय. एंड केनी सेबेस्टियन तो लुक्स लाइक अ प्लेयर ओनली ना, तो उसके साथ तो होगा भी होगा. आई डाउट केनी सेबेस्टियन वुड डू एनीथिंग एल्स विद एनीबॉडी.
Okay, so who do you think is, like, at present, maybe this might have multiple answers, the most unrated comics in the Indian scene right now, or the people you just want to give a shout out?
Underrated comics in the Indian scene. There are a lot, man. I'm mostly aware of the Delhi scene because there's some really, really good people coming out of the Delhi scene. एक आशीष सोलंकी करके है, very funny. दाब चिश्ती एक है, very funny. और क्या, रोहित सिंह करके है, he's very funny. So I'm not very aware of. मुंबई में भी बहुत सारे हैं, but amongst the ones who are famous, but still I would feel underrated is someone like Sumit Anand. He's great. He's hilarious. If you guys haven't seen him, you should watch him. हो गया. और मेरा इंटरव्यू है ना, दूसरों को पब्लिसिटी क्यों देने का? I'm just, let's talk about me.
इसलिए एक ही क्वेश्चन रखा कि
हाँ, हो गया, उनको कर दिया.
So okay, so next one, are you a heartbreaker or are you heartbroken?
I am heartbroken. I am very heartbroken. For 2 years I am heartbroken, still heartbroken. Yeah, इससे ज़्यादा क्या ही details दे सकते. No, I am not a heartbreaker, dude. मेरे बस की नहीं है. I am heartbroken.
Okay. So, and I think like this is from the audience point of view that you enjoy performing to. So, do you prefer a stoned audience or a drunk audience?
भैया हम ब्लड टेस्ट तो लेते नहीं है जब ऑडियंस अंदर आती है. We can only see their eyes are red. Now we don't know what is the नशीला पदार्थ that they have ingested. I think a stoned audience, man, because a drunk audience is good up to a certain point of being drunk. उससे ज़्यादा वो drunk हो जाते हैं, then they become boisterous and they start talking and उन्हें लगता है वो भी funny है. So stoned is great.
Okay, so that is the end of the rapid fire round. Okay, so now is the segment that we didn't tell you about. It's a surprise segment. Actually, we had 2 friends that would be coming up right now, but now it's just one. So if you could guess one
really, I'm very popular. That's great.
One of the names from college. So if you can guess one of the names, who's coming up right now?
2 friends of who? My friend.
No, your 2
Yes.
friends. Your 2 friends.
So like both of
Very
us are
close
actually
friends with
the kind of the reason we interviewed you was also because we were bingies back in college for 4 straight years. I mean, that's a hint good enough, I think, for you. Of what we hear from him. We are not taking any.
I don't know. Siddharth Patwari hai kya?
You got one out of the 2, right? But
he's the one.
That's typical Siddharth Patwari. Always ditching. Wow, amazing. I can't believe he ditched today also.
The second one?
Himanshu Yadav.
Oh my God.
Oh damn, that's great.
अरे उसी के घर से तो मैं आया हूँ, मैं अभी 3 घंटे पहले. That doesn't look like Himanshu.
So that is Ahana, the one of the.
Hey Himanshu, where are you? Also, hello Ahana and Sahana.
Yeah,
I heard my personality scares you. Please, what is it about my personality? What part of my personality scares you? Which one are you? Sahana, Ahana?
I mean, did they tell you this? Because we switched hosts this time in the interview. Is that why?
We were explaining him why we switched hosts.
Also, why are both of you dressed like zebras, dude? What's there?
We thought we were twinning, but this just happened to.
It's just a coincidence which happened a little before. So,
But no, it's not your personality that scares us, it's more the sense of humor, because I personally think I don't have one. So when other people do, that scares me.
ठीक है, हाँ मतलब indirectly you said your personality only scares me, so that's fine. It's all right. अरे क्या हाल है? 3 घंटे पहले तो देखा था तेरे को.
Long time.
How did you catch hold of him? Patwari recommended someone or what?
yeah, we spoke to a couple of people that were from your batch and your friends. To Megha, and we spoke to Lahari and Patwari, Himanshu, and there was Jayant as well. So a couple of people we reached out to.
And only one person agreed to come in.
No,
Patwari, as usual, he's busy. So he was supposed to make it. But
How do you know Patwari that you're saying Patwari as usual was busy? I thought he was only my friend. He's also Ahana's
I've been
friend.
talking to him for the last 1 week, like constant.
yeah.
it's been 3 weeks now, and for 2 weeks I've been calling him almost every single day, and we couldn't get hold of him. And finally he reaches back, and then he's like, okay, fine, I'm gonna do it. And last week when it got pushed to this week, now he's like, okay, I'm sorry, I'm gonna call now.
He's lying, but that's all right. That's who he is. It's fine.
So now that Himanshu is also here, we'd like to ask you about one specific thing. At least I would like to start with that. So your first disco experience, we heard that you had a disco on campus.
Oh, disco. Oh, it was great. एक तो मैं इतना शरीफ बच्चा. हाँ, इसके because of this idiot, this Himanshu Yadav, we got a disco.
What happened? Like, why?
To get disco, but being a good friend, he was just dragged behind.
भाई पूरा कॉलेज इतना शराफत से मैंने काटा. Basically, he had a girlfriend who was a junior, and there was some junior who was saying shit about his girlfriend on DC. And Himanshu was notorious. He was the Woodstock. There's a DC hub. He was running that hub. So warm blooded आदमी तो है ही, कहाँ हरियाणा अंबाला से कहीं से है. तो he just got very angry. रात को 1 बजे हमें उठाया कि मैं उसको मारने जा रहा हूँ. और फिर मतलब तुम्हारा फ्रेंड तुम्हें उठा के बोले कि मैं मारने जा रहा हूँ, तो फिर तुम भी क्या करो? We looked at each other, me and my Patwari, and we like, चलो let's follow him. So we followed him, went to the hostel. By the time we reached the hostel, he was already inside that guy's room and slapping him. अंदर चीखें आ रही थी. तो we did nothing, dude. We just went and stopped him basically. रोका इसको, हिमांशु को रोकने गए थे. We stopped him. And I just did one stupid thing while leaving. I was like, wow, I feel Tawari. I feel like a senior. He's scared. I feel so powerful. And then I said something like, क्यों fourth year right से पंगा क्यों लिया? Just one line I said. And then they went and complained, and the chief of that warden, after that, when we had the disco, मेरे को बोला था, oh, तुम बड़े गुंडे हो. You were telling them fourth year right से पंगा क्यों लिया? I was like, yeah, sir, एक ही तो पूरी life में एक बार hero बन के एक line बोली थी. That also came to bite me back. But that disco was. But to be fair to the people who put the disco on us, they understood that हमने कुछ नहीं किया था, and we were just given a warning. And he spoke to my father, the chief warden, and told him, your son must change his friend circle. If he's passed away, our chief warden, but if he was here today, he would be very disappointed to see this interview and see Himanshu Yadav and see that I still have the same friend circle. But that is what it was, yeah.
Okay, and so I'm not sure how much of it was prevalent on the campus those days, but what was your first interaction as a group, like the interaction with your seniors?
I let Himanshu, what was your first interaction with seniors? Oh, you ran away, no, dude, from their ragging? ये इतना stud आदमी है ना ये बंदा. Please tell them that story, Himanshu.
So we were getting ragged outside the CMS, that central on.
They're not from BITS Goa. Is anyone from BITS Goa out of all of you? No. They're all BITS Hyderabad. So इनको specifically नहीं पता होगा.
It was right there, the central lawn and 2 like main roads next to the central lawn. Yeah. So on one of those roads, we were getting ragged, and so the seniors told me, okay, what do you like? So I said, I like cricket. I play cricket. So they said, okay, do one thing. Go to the other side. Pretend that you are bowling, then come to the other side and pretend you are batting, and then pretend that you are catching. I was like, okay, this sounds quite embarrassing. I obviously didn't want to do it. So I pretended like I'm walking to the other side, that I'll come and do the bowling action. And then I just kept on walking. I went to the mess stairs. I went inside the mess and I went back to the hostel. So this happened. And then that same weekend, these seniors caught me at Panjim, I forgot, Inox. Yeah, Inox Panjim. We went to saw Chak De India. And there, just outside the hall, these seniors caught me. तू वही है ना जो वहाँ से भागा था? Like, okay, movie के बाद बाहर मिलती हूँ, हॉल के बाहर. ठीक है, okay, no option. मूवी खत्म हुई, मूवी देखी, हम मूवी के बाद बाहर आए and सीनियर से पकड़ लिया वहाँ पे. And it was like around 8:39 p.m. and we have to be back on campus by 10:30 p.m. right? So they're like, बहुत smart है तू, भाग जाएगा. नहीं यार, तो आपने इतनी embarrassing चीज बोली थी, मेरे को नहीं करनी थी वो. तो अब क्या करेगा ये बता. लाइक बताओ क्या करना है. लाइक एक काम कर, आइनॉक्स के चक्कर लगा हाथ ऊपर करके और बोल चक दे इंडिया. नहीं, ये तो नहीं होगा, ये भी क्वाइट एम्बैरेसिंग नहीं होगा. लाइक और कुछ बताओ. तो आधा घंटा हो गया वहाँ खड़े रहे, कुछ डिसाइड ही नहीं हो रहा है क्या करना. लाइक कुछ तो करना पड़ेगा, हम जाने नहीं देंगे. अगर कोई डिसेंट चीज बोलोगे तो कर लेते हैं. तो वहाँ पे एक कपल, बहुत यंग सा कपल बैठा हुआ था, 32 ईयर ओल्ड बेंच पे. एंड लाइक ओके, उनके पास जा और उनको बोल के आप पैरी पौना. ओके ठीक है, this weekend. So I just went to them. I like Pari Pona. My seniors are ragging me. Like, they laughed.
Yeah, so we had very tame ragging.
That was the ragging experience. We didn't have.
Next one is your first smoke up or blackout experience in college.
Blackout. Oh yeah, blackout. How can I forget?
I heard like during the fest something.
अरे वेव्स था यार, और वेव्स में डीजे सुकेतु आया हुआ था, ठीक है. एंड एक किसी के रूम में बोला कि आ जाओ सुकेतु से पहले, वी हैव ग्रीन एप्पल वोडका पियेंगे. तो गए फटाफट, बहुत सारी वोडका पी थी. एंड देन वी वेंट टू वॉच सुकेतु. सो इट वाज अगेन हैपनिंग इन फ्रंट ऑफ द मेन बिल्डिंग. बड़ा सा स्टेज है, उसके सामने मैसिव लॉन है. तो डांस कर रहे थे उधर दारू पी के. एंड देन आई रिमेंबर कि बीच में वी वर लाइक, अच्छा लेट्स सिट ऑन द ग्रास. वी वर अ ग्रुप ऑफ 5-6 पीपल, सब बैठे हैं, मैं ऐसे लेटा हूं. एंड द नेक्स्ट थिंग आई रिमेंबर इज आई एम बीइंग शेकन. ठीक है, आई ओपन माय आईज एंड मुरलीधर सर क्या थे हमारे सुपरिटेंडेंट, हॉस्टल सुपरिटेंडेंट. हाँ, तो हॉस्टल सुपरिटेंडेंट ऐसे टॉर्च मारे मेरे मुंह पे. आई एम द ओनली पर्सन लाइंग इन दैट entire lawn in front. अकेला ऐसा मैं लेटा हूँ, एक गार्ड खड़ा है, हॉस्टल सुपरिटेंडेंट उठा रहे हैं. He's like, get up, have you had something to drink? And my brain was just working on autopilot to question. I said no sir. He was a really nice guy, thankfully, otherwise मैं तो suspend हो जाता. तो मैं no sir ऐसा बोला और ऐसा उठ के भाग गया. ठीक है, and all while I'm going back, I'm just very confused कि क्या हुआ, कहाँ गए लोग, क्या मेरे बाकी फ्रेंड. And I go back to my room and मेरे को दिख रहा है मेरा रूम खुला हुआ है. और अंदर गया हूँ तो उस टाइम आई थिंक मेरे पास ही कंप्यूटर होता था या मेरा स्क्रीन बड़ा था. मेरे रूम में बाकी 5 लोग बैठ के मूवी देख रहे हैं, जोर जोर से हंस रहे हैं. आई वाज लाइक, सालो तुम्हें फिक्र नहीं हुई कि हमारा दोस्त कहाँ गायब हो गया? How they left me there, man? It was just, and they're watching a movie in my room. Still can't I believe that happened. But that was my sort of first blackout experience in college.
Okay, and the last one I think would be that, and I think every kid needs to go through this once. The college का पहला heartbreak. What was that like?
College का पहला heartbreak 3 साल तक ही चला, जब लगा कि यार हमें तो कोई लड़की नहीं मिलेगी यहाँ. क्योंकि हमारा तो कुछ नहीं हो रहा. 3 साल हो गए, लगा था कॉलेज में आके गर्लफ्रेंड बनेगी, अभी भी नहीं गर्लफ्रेंड बन रही. तो बट तो फिर 4th year में I started dating a girl and that lasted for 2 years after we went out of college. तो कॉलेज में as such heartbreak नहीं हुआ. मतलब पुराना टूटा हुआ दिल ही कॉलेज में 3 साल तक जुड़ा नहीं. पहली बार दिल कंप्लीट हुआ जब वो 4th year में हमारे भी गर्लफ्रेंड बनी. और तब तक heartbreak ही था.
So Himanshu, a question for you. Now that Nishant is like super famous, so what is the dynamics in the group now? Does he show off a little?
It's exactly the same between all of us. Nothing.
अभी भी कोई इज्जत नहीं मिलती मेरे को. इनको कोई अप्रिसिएशन ही नहीं है कि सेलिब्रिटी घर आया है, उसके लिए खाना वाना मंगाया है, कुछ करें. मैं आके घर पे Zomato से ऑर्डर कर रहा हूँ.
He actually uses us for his fame. जो अपने Instagram पे पाब्लो डॉग की फोटोज डालता है ना, वो सारी यहाँ की हैं. पाब्लो इधर है, यहाँ के डालता है.
और मेरा एक सेट भी है, वो इंडियन बैचलर्स वाला जो था, जो YouTube पे, वो यही है उसके मुख्य प्रोटैगनिस्ट. इन्हीं के घर में हुआ था जो भी हुआ था.
Sahana, would you like? like to ask
आप यहाँ क्या ब्यूटी क्वेश्चन बनाने आई हैं कि कुछ कंट्रीब्यूट करना चाहेंगे आप इस इंटरव्यू में?
Is there a dress code? Why are they wearing the same
There
dress?
was one funny incident I heard from one of your friends. This is about your phase of Adam Levine's obsession.
Oh,
Tell us about that.
Know more about
I was crazy about her, dude. Not her music, but just how she looked. I was massively in love with her. जब मैं छुट्टी में घर आता था तो सीक्रेटली घर के प्रिंटर पर, उस टाइम तो प्रिंटर भी अच्छे नहीं होते थे, वो पिक्सेलेटेड प्रिंटर में चुपके से जब मम्मी पापा सो रहे हैं ऐसे प्रिंट निकाल के एवरिल लविन की फोटोज प्रिंट कर रहा हूँ, फिर सूटकेस में छुपा रहा हूँ गोवा आने से पहले. And I had covered all of my wall with her photos. I was obsessed with her. These idiots, my idiot friends, they drew. ऐसा रूम में बैठे मूवी देख रहे हैं, they leave. Suddenly I noticed one of the posters, Avril has a mustache. कौन था इनमें से कोई बैठ के चुपचाप से मूंछ बना के वहां से चला गया. तो अब मुझे मूंछ वाले लड़के देख के भी अच्छे लगते हैं.
And who is your favorite mentor from Comicstan? Who do you get along with the most?
Vishwa. I think it's true for a lot of the comics. After post Comicstan, Vishwa is he's like one of us, man. एकदम उसके साथ कुछ feel नहीं आता. So not feel नहीं आता मतलब ये नहीं कि वो ऐसा useless लगता है, ऐसा नहीं. But there are no airs about him. He's very down to earth. He's like a friend. And he treats you like that. So Vishwa.
And would you like to talk to us about your election campaign during your...
that was another story we've heard.
I have very good job preparing for this, man. अगर कॉलेज में इतनी प्रिपरेशन कर ली होती तो 5 पॉइंट लेके नहीं बैठे होते तुम दोनों. बट यार तो दिस वाज अगेन इन द 4th ईयर ना हिमांशु? हाँ 4th ईयर. तो 3rd ईयर तक तो ड्रामा क्लब सेक्रेटरी था एंड 4th ईयर में सडनली आई हैड नथिंग टू डू. क्लासेस तो वैसे नहीं जाता था. हाफ माय फ्रेंड्स हैड गॉन फॉर द पीएस. आई वाज फीलिंग वेरी लॉस्ट. इलेक्शन हुआ एंड मेरा फ्रेंड जो है पटवारी, ही वाज Gensec the previous year and he was famous. Everybody knew him. He's like हाँ तू VP के लिए वाइस प्रेसिडेंट के लिए खड़े हो जा, मैं सपोर्ट कर दूंगा. So I told him कि यार मैं तो बिल्कुल पॉलिटिशियन टाइप का नहीं हूँ, मेरे को कैंपेनिंग का कुछ नहीं आता. He's like अरे मैं कब. तो जैसा आपने देखा रिलायबिलिटी, आज कॉल पे आए हैं सिद्धार्थ पटवारी, उतने रिलायबल वो दोस्त भी थे. तो कुछ ना मेरे क्लोज कजन की शादी थी उस टाइम. This was 4-5 days before we had to submit our whatever कैंपेनिंग वगैरह शुरू करनी. तो आया था यार देखो मैं जा रहा हूँ, आई विल बी वेरी बिजी फॉर दिस 2-3 days, तुम थोड़ा मेरा कैंपेनिंग में हेल्प कर दो, डिस्कस करते हैं, मैं ये पॉइंट भेजता हूँ, इसको लिख देना. हाँ कर लेंगे, सब कर लेंगे, फिक्र मत कर, तू जा, हम है ना. तो मैं चला गया और फिर मैं वापस आया. तो एक तो आया तो कॉलेज में कोई नहीं, कहाँ हूँ, भोगमालो बीच पे बैठे हुए हैं सब. मैंने कहा अरे तुम बीच पे क्यों बैठे हो यार, काम करना है करके. कोई नहीं आ जा. और फिर टर्न्स आउट कि इन्होंने कोई काम नहीं किया था, जीरो, कुछ भी नहीं किया था. जो मैं मैसेज भेजा था वो भी इग्नोर कर दिए थे. और दे कॉल्ड मी टू भोगमालो एंड स्पेंड 4 hours कन्विंसिंग मी कि तू छोड़ दे, मत खड़े हो वीपी के लिए. आई लाइक अरे तुमने तो कन्विंस किया था, 1 हफ्ते पहले यहीं पे कॉन्वर्सेशन हुई है जब दारू पी के बोला था तू खड़े हो जा, अब कह रहे हैं. तो इनका मन नहीं कर रहा था तो इन्होंने मेरे को भी बोला कि तू मत कर. और मेरे को बहुत बुरा लगा क्योंकि मैं दिल्ली से शर्ट खरीद के आया था नई, की वीपी की स्पीच दूंगा ना, तो ये पहन के वो शर्ट अभी भी है शायद मेरे पास. एनीवे बट या देन आई जस्ट ended up withdrawing my name and I think it was good that I did it because clearly I didn't really want to do it. I was just doing it because I thought it would be nice and fancy. I'll have a post and this and that. But yeah, that was the elections वाली story. Election वाली story में something very interesting कि उसी election में एक बंदा president के लिए खड़ा हुआ था जो हिमांशु यादव को पसंद नहीं था. तो हिमांशु यादव because he was the owner of a hub on Woodstock, इसने campaign शुरू कर दी कि इसको वोट नहीं देना. वो अकेला ही खड़ा हुआ था ना.
एक और but yeah, he was the like sort of the obvious winner.
Yeah, because there was nobody good standing. So he started a Nota campaign. ठीक है, none of the above को vote करो. Just because he didn't like him ऐसा. And in the end, final day results आया. Nota and that guy got tied together.
Oh my.
Which was just, it was insane. कि out of spite इसने बेचारे के उसके भी सब, मेरे तो तोड़े जो प्रेसिडेंट के लिए खड़ा था उसके भी तोड़ दिए. तो yeah, good fun.
This was our dream कि कभी तो देखेंगे नोटा at least ties or wins against.
हाँ यार टाई करा उसको बेचारा, वो जो दूसरा खड़ा उसको कितनी शर्म आई होगी कि यार नोटा से आ गया यार वो. But हाँ अच्छा टाइम्स.
About all these friends, so how supportive were all of them and throughout your journey through the comedy circle and your profession?
Oh, not at all. They're quite useless. As I told you, college में drama club में मुझे गालियाँ पड़ती थी, and this is 100% true. I am doing drama on stage, ठीक है, and it's very tough. And स्टेज पे मैं खड़ा हूँ, मैं मुर्गा बना हूँ, पता नहीं प्ले में मुर्गा था कुछ, और मैंने कॉमिक्स में सुना है, और सामने से ना आवाजें आ रही हैं 1 2 3 4 बंद करो अत्याचार, ड्रामा क्लब सक्स, और मैंने देखा यही लोग 4 लोग सेकंड रो में बैठ के खड़े होकर आवाजें लगा रहे। इतना दिल दुखाना। तू मुझे कह रहा था ना आस्किंग मी आर यू जस्ट अ फनी पर्सन सीरियस, मैं इतना ईमो होता था, मैंने अपने आप को जाके वापस रूम में बंद कर लिया अगले 3 घंटे कि मेरा जिंदगी बर्बाद हो गया, ऐसे घटिया दोस्त मिल गया मेरे को, मैं क्या करूंगा लाइफ में। नो बट टू देयर क्रेडिट, the only reason I thought I can do this seriously is because in look ne bola it was mainly a lot of Siddharth Patwari who was always telling me even when we were in group ki Rasta, I was called Rasta, कि तू को अपना टॉक शो होस्ट करना चाहिए, स्टैंड अप का तो इतना पता नहीं था, वो बिहार से आया है तो खाली सिमी ग्रेवाल देखा था उसने स्टार पे, लाइक तेरे को तू बहुत फनी है, तेरे को टॉक शो कर होस्ट करना चाहिए, टॉक शो होस्ट करना चाहिए। So they were always telling me and always laughing at, he laughs at my jokes a lot man, Himanshu, इसने तो इतना validation दिया है ना मेरे jokes पे, so that way they were all very helpful. Indirectly, directly किसी ने ज़्यादा help नहीं किया।
Himanshu, what is your favorite set of Nishan's? Like all the sets that he's performed.
हाँ Himanshu, I'm also very curious. Do you even remember? अरे इतने यूजलेस हैं, कल रात को बोर हो रहे हैं, क्या करें, कह रहे हैं बस्सी का वीडियो देखते हैं, मैं घर पे बैठा मेरे सामने बस्सी का वीडियो जोर जोर से हंस रहे हैं, अपने फ्रेंड के टैलेंट को सपोर्ट ही नहीं करना है।
उठ के चला गया था मैं बुरा मान के तो हमने बस्ती का
नहीं वो तो मैं वैसे ही अंदर जा रहा था, बट हाँ यार किसी और की सक्सेस देख के बहुत बुरा लगता है, बाकी सब झूठ बोलते हैं, नहीं मेरे को नहीं चाहिए यार, मेरे को तो सक्सेसफुल होना।
इसका बैचलर्स वाला सेट इज रियली गुड, आई रियली लाइक द बैचलर्स वाला सेट, स्पेशली बिकॉज़ द रेफरेंस इज देयर टू our
and also because I'm sure he doesn't know any other sets, so but ठीक है, fine, it's okay, it's okay.
Do you remember your ID number from bed?
Yeah, अगर मैं बता दूं तो ऐसा आइडेंटिटी चोरी तो नहीं, क्या कर लूं? 2007
Actually, can you sign off, like signing off and then your name and your ID number?
Oh, who knew zebras are so smart? Wow, incredible. Okay, this is Nishant Suri, 2007 B3A4493G signing off.
Bus off. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Nishant.
Been counting days to get away.